What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Let's just get right back into it. This is going to be part two. This is dragon season for Mark Robinson, Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, the 35th Lieutenant Governor and the first black Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, a.k.a. Clayton Bigsby. That's what we going to call him. And if you ever watch the Dave Chappelle show, then you know what I'm talking about when I say Clayton Bigsby. He's the Clayton Bigsby of North Carolina. All right? So let's tap in because if anybody know Mark Robinson, you might want to share this with him. Because if ain't nobody else going to hold your feet to the fire, Holmes, I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. You're not going to just say some wild stuff like you said in front of a group of people, showing out in front of company, huh? Remember your moms used to say that to you? You showing out in front of company, huh? So you showing out in front of people, huh? And you want to use, you want to disrespect your own kind, huh? Clayton Bigsby ass. Let's talk about it here. So we're going to get into some things here about Mr. Mark Robinson. You're going to learn about me, Holmes. You know what I'm saying? You don't talk about your own people. You're going to apologize, you know what I'm saying, about what you said. Because if you said something wrong to the white folks, if you said something out the way, you'll be apologizing about it tonight. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to apologize to our people for being disrespectful, saying something as you said about black people don't deserve we don't deserve no reparations. We aren't owed reparations. We should be paying reparations to this country. Really? So you gonna say that to your great grandparents, your grandparents, your mama, your father, or anybody in your family? That's disrespect to anybody in your family that worked hard, sweat to the bone, and gained arthritis in they limbs, and they can't even operate their hands like they want to anymore, walk like they want to anymore because they work so hard. You know what I'm saying? And as I said before, I'm not going to keep going back and forth on that, but I just want to know, when it comes to reparations, I don't see it as a monetary. I don't think putting money into to black Americans' hands is that. We'll have that conversation forever. The government, I don't see that part happening. But what I do see is things like, hey, why don't you just let how about letting the black Americans live tax free? How about cutting schooling in half? Or if not making it free, cut it in half. K through 12 and higher education, which is college. Slashing certain fees when it comes to buying homes. You know what I mean? Not just certain institutions being proactive. I'm talking about making it a law, you know. And why we say reparations, because you look at the Native Americans. They were done wrong in this country. And what had the country do? They got land, sacred land, okay? Black people, okay? The Africans, when they came and got our ancestors from their continent where they were happy, free, and brought them here. And I'm going to continue to say it. If we're going to call today what we see human sex trafficking and human trafficking, our people were human trafficked back then, okay, and brought here to work these lands. They raped our women. They beat our men to a pulp, okay. Our last names, that is not our last names. Let's be clear on that, Mr. Mark Robinson. You goofy. When you want to talk. You should watch your mouth. You want to show out in front of the company, huh? I'm about to drag you tonight, Holmes. Like, you don't do that. You know what I mean? You disrespecting every elder that bust they tail. You disrespecting black folks today who worked to the bone to provide for their family. But you know why you don't respect it? You the same one that owe the IRS money. Yeah, Wikipedia has it. Anybody, just type in Mark Robinson, Wikipedia. It's going to come up. It's going to come up. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know who put all of that stuff in there, because normally your Wikipedia don't tell all the information like this stuff is telling. This is going really His Wikipedia is different than anything I've seen on anybody. Okay, like they're telling everything. You owe the IRS, Mark Robinson, up to 2012. As recent as 2012, you owe the IRS. You had tax liens. You the same one. You know, you want to cancel out science and history, social studies, pretty much for the students in public schools in North Carolina. You want to do that? So obviously you don't know a damn thing about education at all. You don't know what's going on, because a lot of the public schools, not just in the state, around the country, you know, practice the STEM. Do you know what that is, Mark Robinson? It's science, tech, engineering, and math. Did you know that? You want to cut science out when you need that. But you ignorant. You wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that because you know why? You got souped up because you spoke in front of a city council meeting. You left your furniture warehouse job to go speak. And then ultimately that's what led you to where you at today. And I'm going to tell you right now, North Carolina, if y'all let this guy in there, you know what you're telling and sending the message you're sending to the people in general. I don't care what party. He ain't doing shit for nobody's party, okay? He has been having the party, all right? But he been showing out in front of companies, so I'm about to drag him. So check it out. So I'm going to break down. We're going to go through his Wikipedia. And once again, it's Mark Robinson. Okay, and you can go Mark Robinson Wikipedia, and it's all gonna come up. All right, Mark Robinson. You know what? Fuck, I don't even care when you were born. We're not even talking about that. But what we're gonna talk about are the things, because they say a lot of personal stuff on here. So that's why I want y'all to read it. I'm gonna stay solely on topic, and I'm gonna merge this thing together to show why he ain't the one that needs to be running and have no governor seat in this state. He should not deal with money. He's not good with money. He's a liar too. He should not be dealing with money. And you want to talk about the LGBTQ community, okay? You got Republicans that's LGBTQ in the community. You got Democrats. You got conservatives. It doesn't matter. But you're talking about something that obviously you talk about a lot of stuff that you're not even well versed on, buddy. And it's proven. You are a clown. Clayton Brigsby. That is your name. That is who you are. All right, let's go here. Let's talk about Mark Robinson real quick. Mark Robinson was born in Greensboro, North Carolina, 9th of 10 children. Robinson has said that his father was abusive and an alcoholic, and that he and his family suffered from domestic violence. Robinson and his siblings lived in foster care for part of their childhood before moving back in with their mother, who worked as a custodian. After high school, he served in the Armed Reserves, later attended North Carolina A&T State University, and working at several furniture factories in the Triad region. While working in furniture manufacturing, he took history classes at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro with the goal of securing a degree and becoming a history teacher. Wow. Robinson attributed the beginning of his interest in conservative politics to his reading of a book by Rush Limbaugh, after which he found out that I was a conservative and always has been. In April 2018, Robinson attended a meeting of the Greensboro City Council where they debated whether or not to cancel a gun show in the wake of the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting. Robinson spoke in favor of the gun rights, and a video of his speech went viral after it was shared on Facebook by Mark Walker. Afterwards, Robinson dropped out of the University of North Carolina at Greensboro and left his job in furniture manufacturing to focus on public speaking engagements. He was invited to speak at the National Rifle Association annual convention that year. I'm going to stop right there for a minute. All right, listen here. So what I just read to you right there, those couple of paragraphs, right? That just showed you he doesn't finish anything. and he shall not finish this governor race. He should not even have a fighting chance in this. Okay? He's a goofball. He ain't never finished nothing in his life. Okay? He ain't ever finished nothing. He ain't go into he went to the reserve. He ain't go full-fledged. He come out, he still ain't do nothing. He was doing that. He still never found his way. But he thought, because he went to a city council meeting and spoke about, did you know with the Stoneman Douglas? I talked about that down in Florida. I talked about that. I spoke about that. Look on my page. Look down on my page. Okay, when those children in that school were it was children at school that lost their lives. Okay, and it was a young kid that did the crime, that suffered from mental health for years and was overlooked. Okay, but this goofball here, he wouldn't know that. He wouldn't know that. His brain is the size of a pea. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never finished nothing. So when did he ever get a chance to finish and find out about the history he wanted to find out about, when he wanted to get a degree and becoming a history teacher? So he just scrapped none of that. He didn't think he still needed that, being that, he want to wind up being a governor someday. Or he probably never figured that anyway. He never even figured he would be where he be at right now. Okay, let's keep going. The 2022 campaign, Robinson ran in the 2020 election for the lieutenant governor of North Carolina. He won the Republican nomination, clearing the 30% threshold to avoid a primary runoff, defeating Senator Andy Wells, Superintendent of Public Instruction Mark Johnson, former Congresswoman Renee Elmers, and former State Representative Scott Stone. He faced Democratic nominee Yvonne Lewis Hawley in the general election in November, and a race in which either Robinson or Hawley would become North Carolina's first African-American lieutenant governor. Robinson was elected, in the process becoming the second black person ever elected to the North Carolina Council of State after Ralph Campbell. Robinson in 2020 campaign finance reports contained incomplete information on his campaign contributors. Campaign finance watchdog Bob Hall identified several questionable expenditures in Robinson's campaign report, including $186 for medical bills and for $2,840 for campaign clothes and accessories. Most of it spent at a sporting goods shop. So therefore, he lied about he spent $2,800 on campaign clothes, but it was spent at a sporting goods shop. Where did you buy it, Mark? Some baseball gloves? Where did you buy it? Where did you buy a baseball shirt? Where did you buy a golf shirt? Where did you buy it, Mark? With the money? Because you lied. Okay? You lied on paperwork. Let's keep going. The campaign did not explain how the money how this was related. Robinson's reports also stated that Robinson's wife spent $4,500 for campaign clothing, but gave no detail. The reports also stated that Robinson withdrew unexplained $2,400 in cash, an apparent violation in his Robinson withdrew an unexplained $2,400 in cash, an apparent violation of a state law requiring all candidate cash payment over $50 to be accompanied by a detailed description explaining of what the money was for. After these expenses came under scrutiny in 2021, Robinson's campaign blamed clerical errors. The executive director of the watchdog group Common Cause North Carolina filed a formal complaint with the state Board of Elections over the discrepancies. Political views and remarks. Robinson promoted his persona, okay? Robinson promoted his persona. Where am I at? Oh, lost my place. As a brash, unfiltered conservative, culture warrior. He opposed abortion, promotes climate change, denial, and opposes the legalization of recreational marijuana. He has indicated that he wants to remove science and social studies from 1st through 5th grade curriculum, abolish the State Board of Education, and expand charter schools and school voucher programs, potentially explaining the public school system. Now, let me stop right there for a minute. This guy is going to cause fucking mayhem if he gets in there. Did you just hear this? Okay? He's talking about taking away from the school. You need science. Okay? Social studies, they need to work on that and upgrade that. You need to make that stronger. We need to talk more about history, all right, for these children and stop dancing around things. There's more truth. They put more realism in these video games for these kids than what these people are out here in the education world trying to hide from the kids. Okay? Again, this guy is not fit. And this is what I say previously, what I spoke about. People are having jobs that they are not qualified for. And that's part of the problem what we're noticing today more than anything. And I'm going to continue to keep saying it. The COVID has pulled the curtain back and has revealed all the issues in this country. Put it all out for the whole world to see that they were keeping hitting for as long as they did, or kept trying to turn the cheek on, you know, or while looking you in the face trying to make you believe that what you're seeing is not real. The COVID has exposed it all, okay? It has exposed it all right? This guy is not fit. He's talking about taking away from the schools, but what are you talking about putting into the schools? And obviously, he doesn't know a jack thing about education because, Mark Robinson, do you know about what STEM is? Nobody answer it for him. I bet he doesn't know what the STEM is, the STEM program. All the schools around, many schools around the country, not just even in the state of North Carolina, around the country are practicing STEM. That's science, tech, engineering, and math. Did you know that, Mark? And you're talking about taking science away. You have to be the biggest idiot. You're a goofball. You Clayton Brixby. That's what you are. Let's keep going. And he wants to take away the Board of Education. That's who oversees all the schools. Mark, why the fuck are you even running for anything? But you want to show out and disrespect your people, black people, in front of company. Let's continue. All right. Robinson's past anti-Semitics comments have drawn scrutiny and condemnation. He claimed that Marvel movie Black Panther was created by agnostic Jew, and put to film by satanic Marxists. That was only created to pull the shekels out of your, whatever the hell that word means, pockets, using a Yiddish word for black. Robinson also appeared at an interview with Fridge pastor Sean Moon, who claimed that he planned to become king of the United States. In the interview, Moon claimed that Rothschild's family was one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse and promoted the anti-Semitic conspiracy theory of cabal of Jewish international bankers who rule every country's central bank. Robinson endorsed Moon's claims as exactly right. Robinson's statement, as well as his refusal to apologize and retract them, drew much concern from the leaders of North Carolina Jewish community. He later apologized for the comments about Black Panther, saying his words did not reflect his intended message. No, Mark, you don't know what you be talking about, and you just running off at your mouth, and that's the problem here. And you're going to apologize to our people for what you said, because you acting out in front of company. But we ain't done. Let me move on to some things here. On his Facebook page, which has more than 100,000 followers, Robinson's posts, which have impunged transgender people, Muslims, former President Barack Obama, and African Americans who support Democrats, have drawn criticism. Robinson accused people who support this mass delusion called transgenderism of seeking to glorify Satan. Robinson called former President Obama a worthless anti-American atheist and posted birther memes, accused American Muslims of being invaders who refuse to assimilate to our ways while demanding respect they have not earned. Called Michelle Obama a man and disparaged Joy Behar and Maxine Waters in crude terms. After the 2016 Pulse nightclub shooting, Robinson wrote that homosexuality is still an abominable sin, and I will not join in celebrating gay pride. In 2020, Robinson asserted that the coronavirus was a globalist conspiracy to defeat Donald Trump and dismissed the threat of the COVID-19 pandemic, writing, "The looming pandemic I'm not worried about is socialism." let's keep going on here. Yeah, where we at? Robinson was sworn in on January the 9th, 2021. During his tenure, Robinson had a fraught relationship with Democratic Governor Roy Cooper. Robinson described communication between the two as non-existent. A lieutenant governor, the Constitution prescribed that Robinson served as acting governor when Cooper left the state, though Cooper regularly did not inform Robinson on his departures. After swearing into office, Robinson began focusing on education issues, particularly with regards to the appropriateness of instructional and reading materials available to children enrolled in school. On March 26, 2021, he launched the Facts, Fairness, Accountability, and the Classroom for Teachers and Students task force through his office website. The 12-member task force was to field reports of political bias and instruction in public school. The task force was later expanded to 15 members. The task force did not comply with the state open meeting law by maintaining records of its meetings and transactions. All right, we going. Excuse me, y'all. Let's move down some more here. All right, let's see. All right. So yeah, this guy, Mark Robinson, is a whole joke, and I'm gonna find some more stuff for you, right? Because I want to show you guys something. This guy is a whole joke, you know. He hasn't not one clue, and I can see why Roy Cooper, Governor Roy Cooper, he probably wouldn't tell you anything because you're a freaking idiot. Okay, he doesn't even want to waste time with you. You have no experience whatsoever. You are an idiot. You saying you want to listen here, Mark Robinson. You want to play Donald Trump, right? You gonna sit in the same chair Donald Trump is sitting in right now, okay? Why you think you ain't hearing much? You ain't hearing much of that noise from him now because Donald Trump figured out shit was real, okay? He figured it out that they ain't playing with him. All them games is a hoax and all of this. Nah, buddy, you're not gonna keep doing. And you owe. They had tax liens on you 3 times, Mark Robinson, okay? Okay. And I doubt if you probably even paid them. You still paying them, buddy. And you sitting here and you talking all of this crap and all this smack. You know what I think? You know, I'm gonna tell you like I used to tell you when you was a kid. You want to act up in front of company, right? It's time for you to get spanked, son. So check it out here. What you want to do is you want to apologize to our African American black brothers and sisters. You want to apologize to them, all right? Because there are some hardworking black citizens in this state, and you're disrespecting them. And you disrespected your own family by saying black people should not get reparations. Better yet, we owe reparations. How sway? We pay taxes, right? All right? Our people were brought to this country, and we. You don't think that we should be looked at as and held up high because our people did what brought here and they laid the groundwork? We wouldn't be here. You wouldn't see black faces here, Mark Robinson. But you so ignorant, you want to know that. You should have stayed in Greensboro College or wherever you was at, but you don't finish nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let's go on here to some notes here, so I can, y'all know how I like to do with my notes. Let's go on here to my notes here, so we can get some things clear on old buddy here, since he likes to he likes to disrespect his own kind as if he's not black. All right. Let me go ahead to my notes, folks. He shouldn't definitely be dealing with no budgets. Mark Robinson shouldn't be dealing with no budgets, as he is not trustworthy with money, as I just read to you guys. You know, he lied about the finances during his campaign, saying he was using $2,800 to for campaign clothing, but the only thing they showed was the bill for sporting goods. You couldn't even explain it, and your wife as well. The money, the $4,000 plus dollars she spent, you couldn't show no proof of nothing you were spending. You know why? You know, he owes the federal government, all right, the IRS. They had liens on him, all right? And you live right in High Point, right? You were born in Greensboro, right? You come from a foster background, right? You come from, you know, abusive home, your upbringing, right? That's what it said there, right? All right. You sound to have a lot of hate in you. You have some hate in you, buddy. This is beyond politics. See, folks like you, you've been hurt so bad in your life previously, that you want to use politics and mask your hate behind. You want to hide behind the politics. That's what you want to do. See, you got a lot of hate in you. You got a lot of hurt in you, Mark Robinson. You know, because you ain't never finished nothing. But so you stood in front of some folks and talked at a school board or talked at a city council meeting. Sorry, he's talked at a city council meeting. And you just was like, oh, I can talk to the people. But the people you're talking to is about as damn ignorant as you are. Because anybody that would stand up there to keep listening to somebody like you got to be crazy, okay? And he shall not be running for, he should not become the governor of this state, because that is sending a whole disrespectful message to a whole lot of folks. I don't care what party you represent, on both sides and the middle. It's disrespectful. This guy is, he's the epitome of people having jobs and that they are not qualified for. He is not qualified to be a governor. He's not qualified to speak in front of the people. He actually, Mark Robinson, you should have took some PR classes. You should have took some speech classes. You should have took some classes where you had to learn how to speak in front of the masses. Okay? You work for the people. I don't know how many times I gotta keep repeating that to all these politicians. You work for the people. The people don't work for you guys. Okay? They don't work for you. We don't work for you. You work for the people. So I don't care what side he's representing. You gotta be the fool if you think he's gonna do anything for you Republicans. He has too much hate in his blood. He has too much hate in him. He has too much hurt in him, because if you read from his past history, he was in foster care. He come from an abusive home. He said his daddy was a drunk. He has hurt and pain. And what you need to do, Mark Robinson, is get away from us people and go get yourself some counseling. That's what you need to do, you know, because you run around saying stuff and you think it's okay until somebody check you. But what you want to do is you want to apologize to your own people, because I don't understand how you come from poverty, but then you turn around and you come from poverty, hurt, and pain, and you want to turn around. You ain't never finished a damn thing in your life up until now, and God knows if you don't win this election for governor, who knows? You might be somewhere flipping burgers. You know what I'm saying? But you better do something, because the IRS want their money. Because I know you ain't paid them. They said for three times. Okay, you filed bankruptcy 3 times. You owe them, as the latest was 2012. You owe them back-to-back years. You owe them. Okay, so I don't know what you're gonna do if you don't win, because you ain't never finished nothing. This is about the most thing you really ever finished. You ever, like, the longest you really ever did anything. You know, you ain't know what you want to do with your life. that you 54, 55 years old saying dumb shit, all right? And you know what happened when you want to show out in the public, right? You want to show out in front of company, right? You get spanked, all right? You get spanked. You should know that well, all right? You should know that well. Don't disrespect. You being disrespectful. You disrespecting every elder in this country. I have a grandmother in the mid-90s. You disrespecting every elder, every grandmother, great-grandmother, great-grandfather, aunts, uncles that work to the bone till they got arthritis in their fingers and their limbs. And they walking around bad hips because they work so hard, bad knees. And you gonna disrespect and say they shouldn't get, they don't owe you anything. You owe them. Really? Our people been paying. Our people paid the debt. All of our people that came before us paid the debt with their lives. And you gonna say that at the rest we shouldn't get anything. We shouldn't be looked at as no other way. Nah, when we talk about the money aspect, that could be a talk for another 100 years. But what I'm saying is something that can be done right now. Let's slash the cost of education for black people, or if we can't get it free, slash the cost of education for black people. Making sure that when entrepreneurs, when we want to get businesses, that it's not a whisper, that it is actually known. Hey, black people, you can come here. We're going to help you. You can go right here and get the help that you need for your business. Hey, how about slashing taxes on us? You know what I'm saying? If we can't live tax free, how about slashing the taxes on our people? You know what I mean? You know, when our people stand around and we look at other people coming to this country and get things for free. I'm not talking about the people that are down on their luck and the government, they're getting government assistance. I'm talking about the people that are working class as well. Black people that are working class that needs that extra push. Our people afford, our people blood, sweat, and tears in this soil around this country. We deserve that. And it go further when you think about the Moors. All right? So you ignorant, Mark Robinson, for sitting up there and going to disrespect your own people in front of company. But you know what happened when you show out in front of company, right? You ain't worthy of running shit. And if you want to talk about something, once again, you want to talk about taking away from the education system, what are you going to put into the education system here? You talking about what you want to take out, science and social studies. But what are you going to put in? And what fool would even say anything about taking science away? Don't you know that we need science? If nothing else, we need that science. You idiot. And let's talk about some things, like I said, once again, the Leandro case. All right? Let's talk about that. How about the citizens of the state of North Carolina, their right to a sound education, a sound and basic education? The rights have been robbed, ripped, stripped away. All right? The Leandro case. How about that? And the state is still fighting tooth and nail about that, about addressing that situation as they should, and they on their third Supreme Court judge with that. Okay? Let's talk about those things. Let's talk about raising the wage, the minimum wage for this state. Since you want to be the governor, let's talk about that, governor. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about raising the minimum wage for the state. See, y'all leaned on a lot of these businesses. That's not the law of the state. Some of these businesses raise their minimum wages due to COVID and trying to get workers back into their facilities. But let's just be true. Let's just keep it real. A lot of these companies, they raise the wages, but they still didn't bring back no full staffs because they really not trying to pay that. But guess what? If the state implemented it like other states had done a whole decade ago, was proactive a decade ago, We have yet to hear not one politician talk about raising the minimum wage. But meanwhile, there is gas prices are high. Cost of living is high, period, okay? Period. All around the board. We all know this. But we're not talking about wages for the people. But meanwhile, we waiting and leaning. You guys are waiting and leaning on one business, to one corporation to come. Every time one corporation says they coming to the state, oh, they're gonna bring this. Houseway, is that going? How are these companies that's coming to this state? Are there gonna be jobs for the people of the state that's gonna help them sustain? Okay, let's talk about that, Mark Robinson, because I have not to hear none of you politicians speak on that. But you sit here and you want to talk down or say what black people what we don't deserve and what we shouldn't get, rather what we owe. We paid enough debt, idiot. And we not talking about, we not playing the card right now about there's black people do this and we got crime on the black. We got crime coming from all over, from no matter what race you are. There's crime coming on both sides. There's drug addicts on both sides. There's black drug addicts, white drug addicts, Asian drug addicts, all types. Okay, so we're not going to play that game. And that ain't warrant you to disrespect your own kind, Clayton Brigsby. You're going to sit up there and act like you ain't black. Like you. So your mother was what, a custodian or whatever, as it said in the Wikipedia, right? So your mother was that. So that was okay. So you don't think your mother should get you wouldn't be happy to see your mother with reparations? I guess you won't, because you wouldn't get it. If reparations was based on working class people and tax-paying citizens that didn't have liens, your ass wouldn't get it. That's why you're a hater. You don't want to see nothing good for nobody, and you talking down and you saying all types of stuff about the LGBTQ community, this one and that one. But you know what's so funny? You said something about the Jewish community, and you made sure you cleared that up real quick. Okay? And that's what you're going to do with us too. Because I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. You're not going to be disrespecting, you know what I'm saying, like that. You're not going to be doing that. Because you're ignorant. Okay? And you're the type that they want in there. But I'm going to tell you right now, it won't be good for the state if y'all put this guy in there. This guy, that is not the signal, that is not the message you want to send to the people of this state. Black, white, Asian, no matter who, that's not the message you want to send to the people of this state. This guy is a whole idiot. All right? He's a whole idiot. He never finished nothing. He's talking about taking away from the public school system that already had things taken away from him for 100 years. The Leandro case. Look it up. He probably don't even know about that. But he started a committee and still violated with the committee that was supposed to be upholding some views for the schools. Bunch of hogwash. And he wondered why that he said Governor Roy Cooper they didn't even have a conversation. Because you're an idiot. You had no experience. Why would he want to talk with you? Why would a professional sit and talk with someone that's not professional? A fucking pea brain. Why would he sit and talk with you? He already know you foolish. He just stay away from you. You foolish. You know? And now you want to sit up here and you want to say these ignorant things. You want to talk down on people. You want to show out in front of company. That's what you want to do. But you're going to get spanked. Pay your taxes, homeboy. That's what you need to do. Pay your taxes, homeboy, and stop lying about what you spending the campaign money too. You know what I mean? Once you do that, don't file bankruptcy again neither. Stop doing that too. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't never let you near not one room where any money is being dealt with, talked about, anything. You should not be nowhere near it. You're not trustworthy. You're not trustworthy. And guess what? You're not a finisher, but I'm a closer. You want to show out in front of company. You know what happens when you show out in front of company. Let's finish, because I ain't done with you, buddy. All right. Let's wrap this up on Clayton Brigsby here. Clayton Brigsby is unqualified to even run for governor of the state. He's unqualified to even be the lieutenant governor of the state. You know what I'm saying? Clayton Brigsby, a.k.a. Mark Robinson, is a poison. He is a poison, and you need not to inject him into this state on that level as a governor. All right? Well, his tenure needs to stop right there where he at right now. It needs to stop. He needs to be vacated from that position right there. Because that is not the message that you want to spew to the people of this state and no future residents of this state that may come into this state. He is not it. The guy doesn't even have a plan, okay? See, oftentimes people like him, like a Mark Robinson, you know, oftentimes like him, they have no plan. They know not what they're doing. And what they do is they'll go around and they start to say these hateful things, disrespectful things. They have no clue of what they're saying and forgetting that you work for the people, idiot. But see, he's one of them that think the people work for him. You work for the people, idiot. How you just gonna disrespect the people you work for? I do not understand these older politicians. Y'all just think y'all could just say what y'all want to the people that pretty much employ you. Not pretty much, they do. The taxpayers employ you to do a job, and you disrespect the employer by saying disrespectful shit. How you gonna disrespect the people who employ you? Mark Robinson, let's be clear, buddy, Republican or not, the black people are the ones that got your ass in that office as a lieutenant governor, okay? Clayton Brigsby ass. Let's keep it 100 on that, all right? But see, you are entertainment for the company. But you ain't going to do it on our folks. You're the entertainment for the company. So you say the stupid, ignorant things that entertain the company. All right? But guess what? The minute you stop entertaining the company, Clayton Brigsby, Mark Robinson, as soon as you stop entertaining the company, guess what? Everything that I just read, they gonna run that shit down in the media on you. Soon as you not do what they want you to do, soon as you stop entertaining the company, guess what they gonna do? They're gonna start pulling out all them receipts of what I just talked about with you not paying your taxes. See, I don't got the exact dollar amount what you owe, but guess what the company gonna do? The company gonna pull out them receipts of actually how much to the penny you owe. How much to the penny you owe and how many years you owed it. Because it just said the latest. So, what I know about Wikipedia, they don't even go that deep. Your Wikipedia went a little deep. So somebody already put it out there for the masses to see. Because you ain't put that out there. You didn't put that out there on you. You ain't share that for nobody to put that on your Wikipedia. You didn't share that. So that's the receipt right there. Soon as you act up, soon as you don't do what the company wants you to do, I'm telling you right now, they gonna pull the receipts. But I got video here, so what I said is here forever. And I ain't retracting nothing because you're not gonna disrespect. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down and 10 fingers down, 2 fists down for my people. You're not gonna disrespect. Yes, we got ignorant people on all sides of the spectrum. Black, white, Asian, Haitian, Africans, We got ignorant people all over, no matter what your nationality and race is. So, and you're one of them. But what you're not going to do, because every one of the races, like I said, every race, we have hardworking people. Every race and nationality has hardworking people that work and bust their tail for their families. And you're not going to sit there and disrespect. You're not going to disrespect our people, because our people put in work. Our people put in work, and we should be held up high. And when I speak on the Native Americans, I'm not hating. I love their culture. I love it. I love it. Okay? But what I'm saying is, the same way that the Native Americans were afforded sacred land, our people should have been afforded that too. And that's some of the anger where our people have when they see others getting, and they know the work that was put in the past and what we should be. Me and you not supposed to be here in this country. Why are we here? We are here because our ancestors were brought here. Human trafficked here. Let's call it what it is. If we're going to call human trafficking, let's call human trafficking. And that's what that is. It started with our people being brought here. We were the first for everything when they come to this country here. We were the first to take everything bad. And you're going to sit there and you're going to sit in front of the company and you're going to disrespect. You're going to disrespect in front of the company, but you know what happens when you show out in front of the company. You get that ass whooped. So I'm spanking you right now as a black man, because I can't imagine if the brothers and sisters, the Huey Newtons, and from the Black Panthers, I couldn't imagine if they were standing on the side of the stage and heard you say that. What happened to you? But you ignorant. Alright? You need to go read some books, Holmes. You need to go get in tune, Holmes. You need to go get some counseling, Holmes. Clayton Brigsby ass. You need to go get some counseling, because you got hurt and pain in you, bro. You got a lot of hate in you, bro. And that's where it comes from. For you to sit there and say something so disrespectful, not even thinking about your own folks, your own immediate people, family, that the ones that work hard. Your mother was a custodian, fam. So you wouldn't want to see your moms? Because you got hate in you, bro. You got a lot of pain in you. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of pain in you. But for your sake, you better hope that you get the governor's seat, because you're gonna be working on 85 somewhere. We're gonna see you working at one of them rest stops. Because you better get it. You better be working somewhere, because the government gonna strip your ass naked. Because you owe them, fam. But you gonna sit up there and disrespect folks. And you come from pain. You come from rough times. Don't make sense. But what do make sense is that someone that has been through those things, you're dealing with pain. That's what you're dealing with. So that's why you spew that, and you think it's funny and cool. Hey, don't act like Donald Trump, because you're gonna get like Donald Trump. Underdig? Don't act like Donald Trump, because you're going to get like Donald Trump. So, think it's cool to talk that talk, because you already in the fire with the IRS. You owe them. They got liens on you. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how you even working for state government. I don't even know how that works. But what I do know what's going to work is anytime I hear you talking bad on my people, because obviously you don't think you black, Holmes, Clayton Brigsby ass. You don't think you black. So every time I hear you talk down on my people like that, because all our black people is some hard working, there's some scholars out here. See, you ain't one of them. You ain't finished school. You don't finish nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna talk down on our people that that bust they tail day in and day out, that have put that work in. When my grandmama that's 95 years old, that been through it, you could go. Come on, man. You gonna act like you in a, like there wasn't slavery running rampant in the state of North Carolina, and you gonna sit up there and talk about like there ain't that our people ain't worked them cotton fields, okay? We got some of our people owning the cotton fields today. They owning them today. But yesterday, nah, they was working them cotton fields and getting their ass whooped if they ain't pick enough and move as fast as they supposed to move. Our ancestors got raped, had babies. Our last names ain't even what it's supposed to be. Our last names, we have last names of the slave owner. Our black men was getting their ass beat, snatched away from their family, watched their wives get raped. They couldn't do nothing about it. Watched their babies get taken from their hands. Can't do nothing about it. And your ass, what we call a house Negro, you gonna sit up there and try to entertain the company and try to think you gonna get one up like that. Nah, fam. The whole nation, the whole black nation watching you. The whole black nation talking about your dumb ass right now. Yeah. Yeah. So anybody in North Carolina, if you stand for something, because if he did it to his own people and talked down on his own people, he gonna do it to your kind too. He done did it and talked about the Jews. He backtracked and apologized like they all do. They don't play around when it comes to the Jews. They talk, they pop that shit and they straighten up quick. But that's his forte. That's what he do. I ain't accepting your apology neither. But you need to apologize. I ain't accepting your apology. And I don't think none of my people should accept your apology. Because it's things that you should know better. And you know better. You should know better, but you don't. You don't. You don't. But you're going to learn today. Welcome to Space Invaders TV, Mark Robinson. I'm your host, Rashawn. And the next time you say anything crazy again and try to act out in front of company, I'm going to spank you again. And I'm going to keep coming. And thank you for getting on my radar. Because I really wasn't paying you really no mind. But now you on my radar now. Welcome to Space Invaders TV, where we invade the spaces that we want to be in. And we ain't scared to take chances. Okay? But obviously you are. Because you ain't never take a chance. The only chance you thought you spoke in front of a city council, so you got souped up, but you're not a speaker. You should have got some training to learn how to speak in front of people that you work for. I'm your boss. We're your boss. How you gonna disrespect your boss? That's where y'all go and y'all get twisted. I don't care what y'all think. If you're a politician, the people are your boss. And until you do right by your boss, ain't nothing gonna go right. So I don't care what people don't understand today. I don't care about if you're Republican or Democrat. You are to do for the people. Period. And if you're not doing for the people, these people are Republicans, they're not even doing nothing for the Republicans. Somebody tell me when something happened good for the Republicans. Don't worry, I'll wait. Okay? Okay? A lot of people, Republican, Democrat, didn't matter. People benefited from that PPP money, that COVID relief money, aka the stimulus. Everybody, it didn't matter who you was then. It didn't matter what side of the coin you was on then, right? Everybody benefited from that, right? Whether how much it helped, whether it helped you out this much or this much, you benefited from it, right? Don't matter none of that. Fuck the game. You are to do for the people. I don't care what side you on, because in these last 10 years, the people have been needing change. Change has been needed. Okay, so it don't matter what side of the coin you on, because everything has been needing help. Change has been needed, period, to benefit the country. So nothing And nothing else has mattered. But see, you guys still play this game and want to be in the politics and want to keep playing this game because y'all so and y'all are like most people that's running and in these politics. They're so freaking out of touch with things that they just think that they still running them old ways of politics and thinking that they could just say whatever they want to the people and nobody's gonna fact check them. This is a new day. Thanks to the World Wide Web, www. That people can find out a lot of things about a lot of you people now. And people can find out a lot of information that they need to find out now, and they don't have to sit and wait for a politician. And people have been confronting you politicians about things, and what y'all do is tuck and run. But it's mighty funny when y'all trying to get to where y'all trying to get to. It's all about the people then because you try and get the votes. But I'm not one of them. I'm not with it. And Mark Robinson, you try to show out in front of company, so you got spanked. And that's what's going to keep happening. You house Negro, Clayton Brixby ass. You want to sit up there and talk about, say what you said, that disrespectful shit about black people. That was disrespectful.